These Hot Idiots is a podcast featuring our hosts, two full-grown adult men. Together, they watch teen drama and young adult-oriented television shows one episode at a time. These Hot Idiots is a comedy podcast and isn't meant to be taken as real criticism. This podcast uses adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, we are back. Welcome to another episode of Taking a Big Lore Dump.
Taking a big lore dump.
This is the show where I subject Ash to the various stories of weird lore of things I'm hyperfixated on.
He's just going to... Sometimes he'll slip in the occasional bit of, like, fake lore to see if I catch it compared to, like, the real lore.
To see if he's paying attention. Okay, no, this is, we are finally back after a many weeks hiatus, to These Hot Idiots.
Yeah, I got a new job, and for some reason they decided that, like, they're just gonna, even though I'm part-time, they're just gonna kick my ass for, like, a month and a half. So...
Yes, but now he has finally gotten a more consistent, workable schedule.
Here's hoping.
Yes, so that's Ash. I'm Mega. We are finally back to reviewing The Vampire Diaries.
I don't know why, but I was a little bit, like, apprehensive to record again. I didn't think... I was worried I wouldn't enjoy doing it, you know?
You wouldn't enjoy watching The Vampire Diaries, but then they gave us this.
And then they gave me the fucking Chicago Mobster episode. Just be like, hey, welcome back.
Yeah, here's a period episode. Welcome back.
Episode. Have some fun with it. Like, all right, show. I'm not gonna fucking turn down a good time.
This is season 3, episode 3, The End of the Affair,
which is a 90s movie.
Yep. The Roaring 20s.
That's when the 20s were, not these current ones. The only thing roaring is the I couldn't think of a good joke. Just bad shit's happening.
These are not these 20s are not roaring.
These 20s aren't. I don't like these 20s. I thought we'd have less, like, fucking plagues, but got the same amount actually.
Yeah, the same amount. All right.
Watch.
Sorry about that.
I barely remember what happened the last episode of The Vampire Diaries, and we watched the recap this time, and it wasn't in Spanish.
Because we unironically needed a bit of a catch-up.
But I do remember one thing, and these episodes start out with Damon doing some day drinking.
Damon's just doing some day drinking and taking a call from Catherine at a telephone booth.
Catherine's at a telephone booth.
He like, she gets a call from an unknown caller, and he just immediately goes, "You're cutting into my drinking," or something like that.
You're cutting into my drinking. It's just like that. He doesn't have there is a caller ID, and it would just say, like, phone booth or some shit.
It said unknown caller, so it's like, you don't know.
No, I'm just thinking of, like, a tech support hotline. You're interrupting my drinking. How can I help you?
You're interrupting my drinking. Mr. Salvatore, we're calling about your car's extended warranty.
Mr. Salvatore, I would like to ask you if you would like to participate in a very short survey.
You're interrupting my drinking. Hangs up.
Interrupting my drinking. Click. Stefan's in Chicago, according to her, and she's like, "How do you know?" And that's revealed later. And this is just an excuse to, like, have a flashback for, like, fucking Stefan going into, like, a speakeasy.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of Prohibition. Stefan's heading to a speakeasy.
He's busy inventing NASCAR and also draining a woman of her blood.
He drains a woman and manages to not get a single drop on his nice suit.
And he's got the swoop hair.
He's got that 1920s swoop hair. It's honestly very wonderful. I love it.
There's, like, a lounge singer in the bar, and everyone's, like, drinking and clinking glasses. There was not enough cigarette smoke.
There's not enough cigarette smoke.
I found out that, like, all the classic basketball pictures, like, with, like, Michael Jordan dunking from the free throw line, and, like, the pictures of, like, Wilt Chamberlain. Turns out the reason everything was so hazy is that's just tobacco smoke. Like, They are
It's
just
just
like
Chicago, I guess.
Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and like fucking Shaquille O'Neal and Michael Jordan. They just all played in cigarette smoke for their entire careers.
The Chicago haze.
The Chicago haze. A blonde woman steals his drink when he orders it, but Klaus is there too. And because they're going to a bar together because he's going to see his favorite witch.
And that is Gloria, as we
Yes.
find out later.
Elena wakes up at 6 a.m. and Damon's in her bed.
Yeah, we get a slightly delayed, like, Elena's a bit late on the Damon jump scare this time. Because she's like,
he says that Stefan's in the Windy City, and Damon dreamed of Stefan being naked. What?
No, so he was naked and having a dream about his brother. It's totally normal, of course.
Naked brother dreams. He also gets up and tries to steal her underwear.
Yeah, he starts rooting around in his underwear. Fucking rude, Damon.
Caroline is still locked up in a basement with her dad, and he's got Vervain Febreze or Vervain Glade plugins, and like they're affecting her and her strength.
Going in through the vents.
And he wants to grill her about like, how can you daywalk as a vampire? And she eventually caves and goes, "It's the ring."
And he takes the ring off and throws it aside.
And he's like, "If you get enough sunlight, you'll become human." And then pulls the fucking thing open, or pulls
He's trying to use like aversion therapy on her to make her not want blood by just burning her a fuckload.
Don't be gay. Don't be
gay. The energy of it is definitely conversion therapy.
Oh, that's back on the docket now that the 2024 election happened.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've been trying to avoid thinking about it.
Let's continue not thinking about it. That's the motto of the show.
Don't think about it, which is now going to have, which is just going to help us through. This is an escape for people. I think this podcast.
I could talk about it, but you don't want to hear me talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. Really.
Let's not talk about it, because if I did
talk about it,
this episode will be about 2 hours long.
And very miserable.
And there will be no fun or joy or good energy. So yeah, we're just gonna not talk about it.
No, instead we're gonna talk about the fact that we're back, baby. This episode's got a vampire diary.
It's got a vampire and it's got a diary, and also Damon's reading it while driving like a fucking.
Well, that's the thing. It's not just any diary. It is Stefan's diary. Therefore, it is a vampire diary.
You think it'd be a vampire's diary with like an apostrophe S?
You'd think. But it is a diary of a vampire, yeah.
Is there a second diary so it's plural? Because
there might be. Someone else might have a diary.
If we're going literal, then it is a vampire's diary.
That's true. Maybe Caroline has a diary that we don't know about yet.
I hope she does.
Yeah, that way we would have vampire diaries.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking accuse them of false advertising, so.
Exactly.
And by the way, they're in the past, they're like still in the bar, and they're doing that like champagne tower thing, but it just looks like he's spilling wine onto a table.
He's just spilling all this champagne onto a table because he never stops pouring.
Never stops pouring.
It's just like I would do an auditory joke, but I don't have an empty cup I can pour this water into.
But yeah, Gloria's still there, except now she's an older lady, but not too old, because she's got that Hammond breathing.
She's been doing her Hammond breathing, This British dude who came out from New York kind of taught her how to do it.
Yeah, and also like fucking Paul Wesley's just hamming it up because he's like, "Hey, what the fuck? It's the 20."
He's having a real good time on this episode.
You can tell he's having a good time. It's great.
It's so good. So fun.
So Klaus came to Gloria because she's one of the witches that knows how to like do the sire werewolf spell thing. Or she at least knows she knows who to contact.
And he needs her to contact the original witch.
The original witch, and also someone Also, like someone named Rebecca with a K.
Becca with a K.
Then Klaus drops the plot twist, which is a retcon, but it's okay because it's a vampire retcon thing. Compulsion retcon.
Mm.
Those are the funnest kind. And it's
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. I don't think we get the full explanation yet, but yeah, I just realized.
Stefan finds a picture of him and Klaus looking real silly from
real
the 20s.
goofy.
Just looking like two silly dudes. That was probably from Shoot. That's probably from Shoot Day.
That was probably from Shoot Day. That was just like, yeah, we need to get a shot of you two just kind of.
I don't think it was like, hey, let's do a meaningful pose for the episode. It's just like, hey, let's have the picture of both of us just smiling like dumbasses.
Let's just have you guys just go shoulder to shoulder and smile.
Hey.
And wear suits.
Hey, Chicago.
Hey.
By the way, fucking Elena and Damon drove to fucking Chicago in one nonstop stint.
Oh, yeah, we went from Virginia to Illinois. That's a 12-hour drive, and without interruptions, I imagine.
Caroline's getting some torture therapy by getting sunlight, and then he waves a blood bag in her face. And
if she makes a vampire face, then he's just gonna hit her with more sunlight.
Yeah, stop making that gay face. I'll burn you with anti-gay beams.
The sun, destroys gayness.
Yeah, don't you understand? Have you ever watched Kimetsu no Yaiba? This is what demon slayers do.
The ripple of the sun.
The ripple of the sun
destroys your gayness.
Destroys your gayness.
Which is, quite frankly, the opposite of how it is in JoJo's.
Well, I mean, they get more gay once they develop psychic powers, but still.
That's true. When they stop using Hamon, things do get
then everyone doesn't
gayer.
have to be built like a fucking brick wall.
Yeah.
So, well, it's just like, why are you making a face? You're supposed to not like it. That's the whole point. It's just like, how often do I get blood waved in my face, Dad?
Yeah, that's the energy right there.
Damon and Elena go to a apartment complex in Chicago. And by the way, never been renovated, never been cleaned out or flipped to get new tenants.
Nobody took the wall of dead people names off the fucking closet.
No one took the wall of dead people names off the closet. It's just like an unlocked apartment somewhere in Chicago. It's like no one's even set up, no one's even sleeping in it.
You think this has been at least 8 decades. You'd think this place would have gotten condemned and demolished at some point and replaced with a new apartment.
Do you know how much lead is in the paint?
I'm fairly certain there's probably still asbestos in those walls.
Yes, this asbestos dust. That's the scent I remember. They find his booze counter and the list of victims.
List of victim names and we get just the list of names waving around while screaming happens.
Yes. John Smith. John Smith.
John Smith.
I was hoping to find some trivia about that. Maybe there's some names.
They hid staff member names on the wall.
But I don't know if they did.
I don't know, and that I really hope that is the case, but no.
Mostly because, come on, it'd be fun. Marty, I got the picture in front of me.
But no, I don't know if it is. You'd think they would.
Shelby McDaniel. Hate Gutes Mocker.
You'd think that's where they'd go with that, is a bunch of names that you can just scribble on just somewhere in there. It's Kevin Williamson. You'd think.
Why
you're real cute with it?
Why is Roxanne in our chat posting about asbestos while we're talking about asbestos? That is fucking uncanny. What the fuck?
I mean, I think he posted that first, but I also thought of I think that helped me think of asbestos.
Robin Jones.
I see there's a Christopher Lee, which is okay. That's actually cute.
William Law.
Because Christopher Lee, of course, played Dracula in the Hammer movie, so that's good. Okay, they got something there. They got one thing there. Put that one on the trivia section.
Yeah, there you go. That's a free one for you guys. Vampire Diaries wiki.
Vampire Diaries wiki. Get on that. That can go in the cultural references section.
Yeah, that's cool. But no, you can just reference like obscure books no one reads. You can keep doing that.
Yeah. What, The Great Gatsby?
Yes, known unknown book, The Great Gatsby.
Known obscure book that nobody read, especially not in high school, The Great Gatsby.
So the blonde's Rebecca, it turns out. Rebecca Nicholson. And he's like drinking blood with Rebecca, and then they kiss with the woman's blood in their mouth. And
it's just joked about the woman going like, man, you guys are getting weird.
Yeah, it's got a kiss in front of me. That's weird.
with my blood in your mouths.
Past Klaus meets Stefan for the first time in his square head. And Rebecca's his sister, and she's in the casket along with like Elijah and the other ones they haven't written yet.
The other Nicholsons that haven't gotten to escape
Klaus
yet.
Klaus is gonna wake up Rebecca after all this time, but first a commercial break.
And then when they cut back to the commercial break, even though he pulled the dagger out, she's still just kind of lying there, and I'm just thinking like
she's just chilling.
I'm just thinking like, did you not like pack a blood bag for her? You'd think you just
no, they
pour
just have
something.
A guy.
Yeah, they just eventually tell a guy like when she wakes up,
kill yourself.
Like offer your neck for her,
and then die, bitch.
And it's like, yep, that's it.
Also, like in the flashback, they're like holding hands, and it's kind of implied that they're fucking or something.
There is some weird like romantic implications between Rebecca and Klaus. That wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
And then a dude with a mustache throws up to threaten Stefan over my wife. Where's my wife?
Where's my wife, you asshole? I'll call Chicago PD.
Chicago PD.
I don't even know if that's a Chicago accent. I think I just went into Jersey.
Stefan compels them to sit together so he can slice the girl's wrist with a switchblade.
And then makes the man drink it.
And makes the man drink it while laughing like,
drink, you bitch.
Look at this loser. Guy's name's Liam, apparently.
Yeah, Liam Grant.
He asked him his name because he's on the kill list.
And as it turns out, whenever he writes the name of the kill list, he has a thing that lets him touch it. Like touch the name, and he can remember that kill and what he did.
That's weird.
That's weird. Fuck it, I guess.
Like, who'd he talk to get that? I don't know.
I don't know, probably a witch.
So, Damon's at the bar now, and he talks to grandma bartender lady, Rosie. I think her name's Rosie.
Gloria?
Gloria. And Damon's like, wow, I'd fuck this grandma.
Yeah, basically.
Elena's reading the Vampire Diaries, and it sort of talks about like Stefan's downfall and recovery in the 20s and 30s, and that like Lexi's mission is to get him to laugh, and she puts water in his mouth, and goes, "If you laugh, you lose, Stefan."
Try not to laugh, Stefan.
So Elena's in the closet, and then they just come back.
Like Klaus kicks open the door, which just seems kind of rude.
Elena does like a Batman hide and hides in the closet. And then they start talking about, so you that's why you wanted his name. You need a name and a face to use the Death Note, Stefan.
God damn it.
Yeah, he's got a closet, or he's got an extra closet with his victim names in it, and he leans into the door Elena's hiding in and pretends he doesn't see her and just grabs like a 1918 vintage liquor. Yeah.
And Klaus like, let's find someone to pair it with.
Yeah, let's find someone to pair it with. I'm a sommelier, but for blood.
A blood sommelier.
And then it cuts to like several hours later, and Elena's just standing around with like the vervain dart.
with the knife. I don't even entirely know what the basis of this blade is. I
think
assume it's got like vervain
I
on
think
it.
it's the vervain dart thing that you like
Yeah.
stab into people.
Yeah, that's the most likely answer because she's using it for fucking
Because
using it for vampires.
she thought Klaus or Steph was going to come back, but Damon's back, and he is really insistent on her getting dressed.
Get dressed, and it's like, yeah, you were in danger, and I was thinking about how I should get you out of here or something to the effect.
I left you here in an hour, and I realized that's a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Thank you. I couldn't
We're
remember
gonna
the
have a
exact
night
wording.
on the town.
Like,
And
get dressed already.
Damon found out where Steph is going to be, and like, come on, get some clothes.
Get dressed. You've been wearing the same clothes for like 12 hours straight.
Klaus goes drinking with Stefan at the bar that they used to fuck around in, and then do like a little transition where they pass a glass to themselves.
It's like it's in present day. It's Klaus passing a drink to Stefan, but then it goes into flashback mode and Klaus catches a drink that was being passed to him by Stefan in the past.
Yeah, and Stefan's just got this goofy ass smile on his face.
He's got a goofy smile. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's great. They're gonna toast to friendship.
Friendship.
And
Here's
also,
a friendship that'll never ever end.
never ever end. We're the best friends. We're the best friend squad. That's what we are.
Bestest buddies.
Klaus warns that his sister is insatiable, but also like she'll abandon you eventually.
Mm.
Then we cut back to some more torture. Caroline's dad's like, "When I heard you were a gay vampire, I cried."
I cried.
I cried, and I wanted to like, I want to fix I want you to help me help you and fix yourself and stop being a vampire by pure willpower.
I'm going to cure you of your vampirism.
And she's like, "No, you can't unvampire me, Dad.
I don't wanna.
I don't want to. I can't unvampire gay."
Yeah. It's a clunky metaphor.
It is a very clunky metaphor. She's like, "You can't change who I am. I'm
I
always
think it
like
really
this."
doesn't help that Bill is canonically established as gay.
Bill is gay and her father.
You're gay, vampire-phobic dad.
Gay vampire-phobic dad who is torturing his daughter.
With conversion therapy. It doesn't, the parts don't work right together.
Kinda, but yeah, Elizabeth shows up and she points a gun at Bill, and they rescue him, and Tyler's there. They
rescue Caroline.
They rescue Caroline. And then in the past, or I think it's not the past actually. I think it's just back at the bar. Stefan calls him the hybrid dick.
Hybrid dick. Yeah, Damon calls him a hybrid dick.
The with a pause.
Oh wait, no, yeah, it was hybrid dick. Yeah, Stefan.
And then we cut to a guy wanting some pictures back in the 1920s.
This guy's got a big old 1920s camera just flashing pictures. Get some glossy 8x10s for a nickel.
All right, I'll get you a nickel. The cops are here, and like they go, "We're the cops," and they just start shooting the bar.
Police!
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
So points off for the lack of smoke, but great accuracy at having the Chicago PD just
shooting indiscriminately.
Just shooting up a speakeasy. Accurate to 1920 Chicago.
Very accurate. Also, they're wooden bullets, so they know they're vampires.
Yeah, they're hunting for vampires in there.
Klaus is like, "We gotta go," and Rebecca's like, "But I like Stefan. He's cool." And he just like confronts Stefan and just goes, "Hey, fucking forget we were friends. All right, bye.
You don't remember me.
You don't remember me. Later."
And I guess that compulsion could just hold forever. I don't know.
So Stefan like tries to grill Klaus for questions. The president just says, the only reason you're hiding your identity is because you're running from something," but he doesn't get an answer. So he steps out because he sees Damon in the corner of his eye. And then Damon makes Damon faces at Klaus and sits down with him.
Kind of tries to grill him as well, and then he gets goozled.
He gets goozled, his throat's grabbed.
Oh yeah, at some point I think like the brothers argue outside the bar.
Yeah, they argue outside the bar, and then Elena's like in the back and she's out of focus.
Just kind of standing there watching them fight.
Watching them
I love
fight.
the fact that
yeah.
the fact Stefan won't come back.
So she talks to Stefan and it kind of fails, and Damon's getting stabbed with like the little wooden umbrella on the cocktail that he was getting.
I think this is this before Elena tries for it. I think it was in between because Elena does try to go for the stab. Back and forth
because Elena goes for the stab, but Stefan like counters. And while like Damon's getting stabbed with an umbrella, fucking bar Gloria's just like, "You trying to kill a vampire in my bar, bitch?
Get the hell out! Get out of here! Not my bar."
So Elena and Stefan are arguing.
He stabs him like because he stabs him multiple times. I think mainly just to make him hurt, but
he's also gonna stake them, and then like she sets the stake on fire, even though that's not really gonna help.
It did spook him. He's just like, I might miss. I'm a little drunk. And she's like, ah! oh, I'm sorry. That was the nipple.
Oh, I stabbed you in the nipple. Sorry.
It's very rude of me.
I made a smiley face on your nipple on accident. So Stefan's like, "I'm gonna go, man. Like, if they find out you're here, then he'll know I tricked him, man." And Elena's like,
and that's why he can't. He's figuring out he can't make hybrids now. He finds out you're alive, we're fucked.
So they just sort of like look at each other, and then she finally gives up. She's like, "Fine, let's go."
She gets into the car. Damon manages to get away, and it's just like, all right, just drive.
Just fucking get out of here. Let's drive 12 hours back from Chicago.
Back from Illinois to Virginia.
In one single trip. Caroline's recovering with her mom. Tyler's there, and she puts her head in their lap. And she's just crying because, like, he hates me because I'm a vampire.
My gay dad hates that I'm a vampire.
My gay dad hates me because I'm a vampire. So Klaus and Stefan go back to the casket that they just left open with the guy, and
he's dead.
He's dead, and she's missing. Except she's not missing. She just shows up and stabs Klaus.
Screw you, Nick.
And then I started realizing she was wearing the same dress that she wore that night. And then I realized something, and I was just like, does Klaus stake his siblings because he wants to win an argument?
Every time he gets into an argument with a sibling, it just seems like it ends in him staking them.
Shut up. Stop talking. I'm done. I'm going to stab you.
Shut up.
Shut up. And then, like, 40 years later, he'll pull it out, and they're still arguing about the same thing. And it's like, no, damn it, fuck. Shut up. Stab.
I feel like if I was a vampire, that's how I'd handle a lot of my arguments.
Hey, where the fuck were you?
Just stake my siblings whenever they start arguing with me. It's like, that's enough out of you.
That's enough out of you. See you in 10 years.
In 10 years. It'll feel like an hour for you.
It'll feel like an hour for you. Then I won't remember what the fuck we're arguing about by then.
But you will somehow.
Yep, Stefan's there, and Rebecca in the flashback, and they say they're friends, and then we get the you remember everything now compulsion.
Well,
he's like,
flashbacks.
We were friends.
Well, it's like we are friends, and also just like the flashback kind of like it just shows like little like whoosh, whoosh, little like clips whoosh by.
Yeah, whoosh, whooshy, whoosh.
Yeah.
And then they realize to do the ritual, she needs a necklace, and she doesn't have it, and she gets mad and flips her coffin. Damon's back to drinking, and the police are like confiscating in the bar in the past. And
They
like,
see these two people.
see these two people. He pulls out like a little sketchbook thing.
Little police sketch of Klaus and Rebecca.
But the person who took the necklace is a lady in a bob cut, which turns out it's Catherine.
I had a feeling it was Catherine. I wasn't entirely certain, but it's probably Catherine, right?
Then the police officer looks like, he just looks like they hold on his face for too long, so I'm kind of probably thinking that this guy is probably important for some reason.
This guy's gonna matter.
This guy's gonna matter. I just don't know how, because they just held on his face for a really long time. Like, I'm supposed to recognize who that is. Like,
And
oh,
it's like
that guy.
It's like, I wonder who this man is.
And then they reveal that like the phone booth that Catherine was in, she's in Chicago too. She's at the Bean. No, she's not at the Bean. I'm at
She's
the
not
Bean,
at the Bean.
Stefan. At the Bean.
You know, you'd think the caller ID would have picked up on the number itself, and
Yeah.
he would have, and that Stefan would have recognized the Chicago area code, or Damon.
Yeah. You'd think it's like, or at least you'd remember what like area codes you've been in.
Or at the very least, you could look up what the you could look up the area code and be like, she's in Chicago.
Something like that.
Something. But that's the episode.
Yep. It was a little. This episode's a little short. We got to get used to doing it again, I guess.
We're getting back into the groove of things, but also it was just a really fun episode.
It was a fun episode, and this apparently was like one of the top 100 first episodes for fucking Paul Wesley.
Yeah, this was his favorite one.
For the first 100, which is a weird statistic.
That's a weird metric to put it to.
I would say that means it's like for the first 5-6 seasons.
Yeah, something like that.
It's just a weird number. Unless no one asked him what his favorite episode was after that.
Yeah, this is the article is dated from 2014, which I think would have been
season 5 probably.
Yeah, somewhere around season 4 or 5. Let me look. Season 5. Yeah, season 5. Season 5, season 6 probably.
We got all of the music that was sung at the bar is just called Gloria's 1920s Band.
So I guess it's just because it's just an in-house band doing it.
St. James Infirmary. And My Sweet Hunk of Trash.
That's wonderful.
The other songs we've got is Distance by Christina Perri. Run Wild by Ume. You Should Know by Pink Frost. We Come Out at Night by Snakes.
Oh, it's Snake.
Oh, it's Snake. Bloodball by The Elliots. Hail by Nerves Jr.
All of that just
fake.
That sounds so fake. Just the band is called Nerves Jr. and their song is Kale.
Shelter by Birdie.
Birdie's back. I think she's been on here before, unless that was just the Bonnie Bear version.
She was on, I think.
Yeah. Some version of Skinny Love showed up. All right.
I've never heard of The Elliots before.
The Elliots or Nerves Jr. with their song Kale.
Yes, my hit song, Hail.
Our hit song Kale, we're Nerves Jr.
Hey, everyone, we're Nerves Jr. And now it's time for our song, Kale. I gotta figure out what that even sounds like. Is it about kale?
I wonder. It's in the episode, but it must have been just background noise.
Yeah.
It might have been just bar noise.
Bar music, maybe.
Mm. Yeah, it definitely was bar music. It might have been played during one of the later bar scenes.
If you think
Probably
we're funny or whatever, you could always just subscribe to my channel, THI Ash on YouTube.
Yeah, THI Ash on YouTube, where we also are doing a playthrough of Pokemon Blue.
Yeah.
It's Ash's first time trying to fully play through a Pokemon game.
Yeah, we're getting a ways there. I did a really long dungeon and it was kind of annoying, but
And we had to restart the dungeon at least at one point because something fucked up.
yeah, something fucked up and I didn't know what it was. Yeah,
And
we're on
also,
Spotify and pretty much anywhere you can get a podcast because I don't know the names of the podcast apps anymore.
Yeah, and anywhere you can get a podcast just works as a shorthand.
Yeah, just
And also
podcast
you can
place, These Hot Idiots.
And you find us on our Tumblrs, Ash Nightshade and Mega Fighter 343.
I'm sure he'll remember to post this at some point.
I did have to do a Pokebomb like a few days ago, and instead of another idiot bomb, thankfully. But at least this time now, I'll probably be able to just quickly do a 1-2 punch of like next Pokemon video and this episode.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna just try and get back to being weekly. So, see you next time.
See you next time, folks.
Bye.
Bye.